So welcome along everyone to our fantastic little purple trio. Let's get the drawing down. So basic shapes, all we're doing is scrolling the pencil around and then finding the centre of the flower. So don't press on too hard and just let the pencil just float over the surface and gradually build up the shape. So 3 flower heads there, all in position. And a nice little fluid line down the left hand side of the vase, and then we just repeat it on the right, so we get that little indentation on the right, to start off with, and then we go back. A little bit of thickness at the bottom of the vase there, a bit of weight in it, and a straightish line across the top. Drag our stems down. I'm dragging them just down to the water level and then just moving it slightly to the left or right. That gives you that suggestion of perspective changing within water. So just put the lines on, then a little bit of line work for the shadow underneath. Bit of thickness, and we're there, guys. That's all there is to it. So get yourself a nice cup of tea or coffee now, and we'll meet back in a few moments. So welcome back after that refreshing break, guys, and let's get painting. So we're going to start with Mini Dave, which is our small dagger brush. He's going to do all of the work this time, and we're going to throw a little bit of water just randomly over the drawing. So we're going to start with a little bit of royal blue to a coffee strength, and this is a student grade paint. So we're just placing this down and moving it in a circular motion around the shape of the flower. So just using the edge of the brush just to get the shape, and then the width of the brush to get the body of the paint on. So sometimes it's going to hit the water and bleed off, and other times it's going to stay on dry paper and just stay fairly static. So we've got a combination of the two things which are great within this style. So we just drop that on, not a care in the world. And now Mauve, coffee strength, and we're just going to place this next to the blue initially and just let it bleed in. So do each flower at a time, think about the shape and just build it up. There's no rush. Unless you've got a train to catch, there's no rush, or a plane, or a bus. And the third one as well, just drop that on. So you can go directly into the blue at times, but always consider it might overwhelm it. So start away from it and work back into it. Just going to drop a little bit of darker mauve into the colour already. So darker would be just thicker paint. Very simple. Now then, a little bit of purple this time. Going back in. Ooh, look at that. When it hits the wet stuff, it just bleeds off. So don't overdo it. Start off with small little pockets of it and see what happens. Otherwise you just dive in, cover it all and think, oh, I'll go for a walk instead. We don't want that. What we want, nice bit of bleeding, and gradually the painting comes together. I'm going to mix a bit of lemon yellow and cad orange to a coffee strength and just place that on in the centre. So left a bit of a gap in the centre for this, and again it'll bleed into some of the colours, that's fine. And then these are the little bobbles in the centre. Then we get a little bit of thicker paint of the same mix and just drop that at the edge. Same with the second flower, and guess what, same with the third one as well. The third one I'm making a bit darker, and it's a bit darker because I've made it a little bit thicker, the paint a little bit thicker when we're actually mixing it. Then just going back in and bobbing, that's just dabbing a few pockets of pigment down into that area as well, and you see it just gradually bleeds off. Don't chase after it. It's not like a little running away Toby dog, it's just going to bleed and find its own way. Alright, vase time now. A little bit of water down the left hand side for a start, some down the right. And I'm going to start with royal blue to a coffee strength. We're just going to drag that down the left hand side, then over to the right. So follow the shape of the object, and because we put water down, that will bleed around. I've got lemon yellow mixed to a coffee strength with cad orange. Just drag down the centre, again bleeds off, and a little bit there of rose opera just dropped into the mix. Don't move the brush about too much, and then it'll just bleed together. Just going to pop in there just with Miss Rigger. She's making a quick appearance just to get that shape at the bottom with royal blue. So that's the extra thickness of the bottom. I think it puts weight in. And we're back straight in with Cobolt Blue and Mini Dave. Just look at that explode down the side of the vase. Going in with Sap Green now, a coffee strength for the stems. So we start just under the colour of the flowers, and then we drag each one right down. So with the drawing we dragged it down and then jutted it across where we thought the water was. So we did the first one, then the second, just allowing that to bleed round. Then draping this across. We'll go in the opposite direction. We're taking this one behind that stem and behind that one. So again, simply just there, just gives you a bit of perspective, what's in front, what's behind. We're going to drop a little bit in the glass, as it were, just as a reflective colour. Dark green now, Perylene Green. Any dark green will do. And then we're just going to blob a little bit of this under the flower heads, and this suggests shadow cast by the flower onto the stem. A little bit of base to fall onto, the Rose Opera Tea Strength just dragged across to the vase from the left hand side and swooshed about like no tomorrow. Royal Blue, just continue it along to the right side, and then a little bit of purple to Tea Strength, and they will gradually bleed together as well. So that's it guys, fabulous painting, well done. Try it a few times and really get to grips with these simple little moves, and you two will be loose in no time at all. So well done, and catch you again very soon.